أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and welcome to today's class. I hope you're all doing well inshallah. Can I please remind everyone to make sure that your mics are off and also that your videos are off throughout the duration of this class. Jazakumullah. We will start with a prayer from the Holy Quran. I will choose a student to help me read this. A1221.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. Is that A1221?
Yeah.
Alright, perfect. Okay, so I'm going to ask you to read this prayer with me. Repeat after me.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi zidni
ilma. Well done.
Zidni ilma.
Yes, but make sure that with this knee you have to stretch for 2 seconds because of the ya madda. Okay? So Rabbi zidni ilma.
Rabbi zidni ilma.
Well done. And can you read the translation for us?
Oh my Lord, increase me in knowledge.
Excellent. And where's this from?
Taha 115.
Yes.
115.
Yes, so Surah Taha in the Holy Quran, verse 115. Okay? Jazakumullah. I'll call you to the mic later on, but for now, Jazakumullah. Okay, so that was our prayer from the Holy Quran. We will now start our lesson for today. We will be carrying on with the same rule that you learnt yesterday, but a different aspect of that rule, okay? So you learnt a new terminology, a new word yesterday, which was about assimilation or idgham. Okay, so you learnt that idgham means to merge and assimilate. And you learnt that there are two broad categories of idgham kamil and idgham naqis. Yesterday's class you learnt about idgham kamil, what it is, and how to apply it to when you're reading different words. And you learnt that idgham kamil is the rule where no nasal sound is produced. Okay, so you learnt about different examples where no nasal sound is produced. That's what you learnt yesterday. In today's class, we will be learning about the other type of idgham, which is idgham naqis. Okay? Please bear with me whilst I admit some more students. Okay, so idgham naqis is the rule that we will be learning about today. So the rule is if ya or waw mushaddad. Okay, there is a mistake over here. It should say waw, not meen. Okay, so please correct that on your pieces of paper, or if you have the book, please correct that on there as well. It should be if ya or waw mushaddad. Okay, so I'll give you some time to just quickly note that down somewhere. So if ya or waw mushaddad appear after noon sakin or tanween, assimilation or idgham will take place with a 2-second nasal sound. Okay, so just read that. I'm going to admit some more students and we'll get back to the rule. Okay. If ya or waw mushaddad appears after noon sakin or tanween, idgham will take place with a 2-second nasal sound. In the case of tanween, where there is a tanween after ya or waw mushaddad, only one stroke of tanween will be used in assimilation. Okay, now it may seem a bit confusing whilst I read that out, But the best way I can explain it to you further is by going over some examples from exercise 20.3. So this is the example the exercise we'll be focusing on today, and I want you all to listen carefully to how I'm going to explain this, because some of you might find this a bit more challenging, and for that it's very important that you listen carefully. This first example, you can see that the first letter is Mim with a kasra underneath it, followed by a Noon sakin, followed by a Ya mushaddad. Okay, so Noon with the sukoon, Noon sakin, Ya with the shadda, Ya mushaddad. Okay, so I'm just going to be focusing on these first three letters for now, and inshallah later on we'll focus on the whole word as a whole. Okay, right now we're just focusing on the first three letters, Mim, Noon and Ya. So the rule says that if Ya mushaddad appears after Noon sakin, idgham will take place with a 2-second nasal sound. So that means that whilst I'm joining the Mim, the Noon and the Ya, a 2-second nasal sound is produced in the middle whilst I join Mim and Ya together. Okay, so I would produce a sound of, listen carefully, Miya, Miya. Okay, so whilst I'm joining the Mim to the Ya, I'm producing a 2-second approximately nasal sound. Okay, nasal sound means a sound that is emitted from your nose. Okay, Miya. Now, some students might mistake reading this and straight away join the Mim to the Ya and say Miya. Okay, that's wrong. That's not how you say it. You must take into account the Noon sakin in the middle, and for that you have to produce a 2-second nasal sound in the middle. Miya. Okay. Moving on to the next example, you can see that just focusing on these three letters, Lam, Ya and Waw again over here. For this, there is a tanween on the Ya. Okay, tanween, I must remind you all, I hope you all know by now what a tanween is. Tanween is a double stroke of either fatha, kasra or dhamma. So this is a fatha ten over here, this is a kasra ten underneath there, and dhamma ten looks like this on top of the ta. Okay, so these are all examples of tanween. So when ya has a tanween on it, okay, and then you have a waw mushaddad. Okay, so this rule says that if waw mushaddad, which over here you can see this is a waw mushaddad, appears after noon with a tanween on it, okay, so you can see that this letter has a tanween on it, assimilation will take place with a 2-second nasal sound. So you can see that when you join these together, first you just must join the lam to the ya. Okay? When you join it, you must only produce the sound of one stroke of tanween. So it would be liya. Okay? And then when you join the ya to the waw, liyawa. Between the ya and the waw, you must produce a 2-second nasal sound because of the tanween. Okay? Liyawa. Okay, so this might be a bit difficult for some of you to understand, but it's okay. We will practice, and inshallah we'll get used to the whole concept of it. Okay, carrying on. Over here you have a mim mushaddad and a noon sakin in the middle, and then a kaf over here. So when I'm joining this together, I wouldn't produce the sound of the noon. I would straight away join the kaf to the mim, but I must hold that sound of the meme in my nose for around 2 seconds. Kumma. Kum. Okay, so these are just 3 examples that I've just laid in front of you that will hopefully inshallah help you to complete exercise 20.3. But what I'll do now is I will call some students to the mic and go through this exercise with you. Okay, so let me choose some students. Let's choose A1221 again. Walaikum salam. Okay, so what we're doing exercise 20.3 right now. And
Yeah.
I'm going to start from this example again. And I want you to follow after me. Okay, so first of all, let's just take the first three letters. You produce a sound of me,
Min.
Miya.
Miya.
Well done. Okay. Now that's the idgham part of the rule completed. Now, ahead of the ya, you have a waw with a sukoon. Now this will be a vowel because the letter before it, ya, has a fatha. So I would now say miyo.
Miyo.
Well done. Excellent. And then at the end, you have a meme with a kasraten underneath it. So, min.
Min.
Excellent. Well done. So, all together, miyo min.
Miyo.
Well done. Really good. But when you produce that nasal sound in the middle, between the meme and the ya, you must hold that nasal sound in your nose for 2 seconds. Okay. So try that again.
Mayo min.
Miyo min.
Mayo min.
Miyo
Miyo
min.
min.
Well done. Excellent. Really, really good. Okay. So the rule basically we're looking at over here is when ya mushaddad comes after a noon sakin, you have to merge the sounds together, producing a 2-second nasal sound. Okay, so that's the rule we're looking at now. Now we're moving on to the rule where waw mushaddad appears after tanween. Okay, so this is tanween over here. So that should tell us that a 2-second nasal sound will be produced whilst we're joining the ya to the waw. Okay, so repeat after me. Wa
Wa.
Liyawa.
Liyawa.
Well done. But don't say wa, just liyawa.
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 Well done, much better, okay? And then la.
La.
Excellent. Really, really good, okay? MashaAllah. You're doing really well. I can understand that this is a bit more of a challenging rule to understand. But do you understand why we're producing the 2-second nasal sound?
Yeah.
Yeah? Can you just tell me why you produce a 2-second nasal sound?
It's because it says on the rule that if it's a ya or a meme mushaddad appears after noon sakin or tawin,
Tanween, yeah?
tanzeen,
Then a 2-second nasal sound will be produced. Yeah?
yeah.
But
Yeah.
over here, make sure that this is wrong. Okay? This should be waw. Okay? If ya or waw mushaddad. The letter waw. Okay? So make sure you just write that down somewhere. Or if you have the book, then just cross that out and write waw. Okay? So this is for everybody at home as well to make sure they understand. Okay? So in this case that we just done today, can you tell me the two components of this rule that appear in this example? So let me tell you one. We have, in the first bit, we have waw mushaddad over here. And then over here we have, what can you tell me, noon sakin, or do we have tanween on the ya?
We have a noon sakin.
It's actually tanween. Okay, on the ya we have tanween. That's where the rule comes from. Okay, so because we're joining a letter with a tanween and a waw mushaddad, that's why the 2-second nasal sound is produced. Okay, we'll do
Okay.
more examples, and inshallah you'll get to grips with the rules. Okay, well, jazakumullah for your help for now. Inshallah, speak to you later. Okay, jazakumullah. Okay, A1233, you're logged in with an ID that is inappropriate. So can you please log in again, but just write A12233, nothing else. Okay, I'm going to put you in the waiting room. Okay, so you've changed your ID. Okay, so if anybody is logged in with incorrect ID or anything in front of their IDs, you will be put into the waiting room. So please make sure you're only logged in with just your ID, nothing else. Okay, jazakumullah. Okay, so let's move on. Let's try a Nasirat this time. N1299. Assalamu alaikum. N1. Walaikum salam. Is that N1299?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Okay, so let's do another example with you now. Let's do this example with you. So, Ayush.
Ayush.
Raka.
Raka.
Well done, excellent. Now over here, what we have is an alif with a fatha, then a noon sakin, and then a ya mushaddad. And what does the rule say? Can you read this rule? If ya mushaddad,
if ya or me mushaddad.
this is supposed to be waw. Okay, if ya or waw mushaddad.
If ya or waw mushaddad.
Yeah.
Appears after noon.
Yeah, go on.
Noon sakin or taween.
Then idgham
will take place with a 2 seconds nasal sound.
Excellent, well done. Yeah, so that's the rule. Okay. Now in this case, you have ya mushaddad that appears after noon sakin, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when that happens, you just read that a 2-second nasal sound is produced. That's why when you join the alif to the ya, you produce a 2-second nasal sound in between because of the noon sakin. Okay. Excellent. And then you join that to the sheen because of the sukoon. Ayush. Raka. Well done. Excellent. Really, really good. Okay. Now let's move on to another example. This is a long word, but we will break it down. Okay?
Okay.
Can you read this for me?
Mina.
Excellent. Mu'mina. Well done. Now over here in the blue, you have a ta. Yeah? And what does it have underneath it? Can you tell me?
Mati.
What's the sign called? Can you remember? Can you remember? It's a tanween, isn't it? It's a kasratan.
Okay.
Okay, this is a kasratan. It is a type of tanween. So, ta has a tanween underneath it. And what is it followed by? What kind of a vowel is this?
Waw mushaddad.
Excellent. Well done. And we just read that if waw mushaddad is supposed to be waw mushaddad appears after a tanween, 2-second nasal sound will be produced. So when you read this, you would read this as Tewa. Excellent. Well done. Okay. Instead of saying Tewa, that's wrong. You would say Tewa. Excellent. And then carry on.
Diyatun.
Well done. But remember, this ta also has a tanween on it, and tanween also produces a 2-second nasal sound. So, tun. Diyatun.
Diyatun.
Well done. Excellent. Okay, one more time. Mu'mina.
Mu'mina.
Timwa.
Timba.
Diyatun.
Diyatun.
Excellent. Well done. Really, really nice. Okay. So, do you understand the rule, or are you still finding it a bit difficult?
I find the rule.
Do you find it easy or difficult?
Easy.
Easy. Okay. Excellent. That's really good to hear. Okay. So, mashallah, you did really well. Jazakumullah for participating. Inshallah, speak to you.
Jazakallah.
Jazakumullah. Okay. So, let's move on to another student. Let's try. Let me just admit some more students. A1. Okay, let me admit some more students before we carry on. A1, 2, 2, 3. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Okay, so is this A1, 2, 2, 3?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So we will carry on with another example. We will be doing this example to start off with. Can you please read what this would read as? Okay, nearly there, nearly. So the first bit you did really well. Okay, because of the madda, you stretch it for around 3 seconds. And then E. And then over here, you have a ra with a tanween underneath it, and then a ya mushaddad. So when you're joining these two together, you have to produce a 2-second nasal sound. Okay? So Riya. Well done. Excellent. Just come a bit closer to your mic so I can hear you a bit better. Riya. Okay. And then Tiru. Well done. This is a ya madda, so you have to stretch the sound of ti for 2 seconds. Ti and then ru. Okay? So all together, ta'i, riya, tiru. Well done. Excellent. Do you understand why we have to produce a 2-second nasal sound in between these two letters?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Well done. Okay, let's move on to the next one. I want you to read from here.
Wala mu'minatun.
Excellent. Mashallah. Well done. Really, really good. Okay, just 2 things. When you're joining these two together, hold the meme sound in your nose for around 2 seconds as well. Okay. Tum. Well done. And then at the end over here, again, tanween over here. So, tun. Excellent. Well done. Really, really good. Mashallah. Really impressed. You read that really well. Okay. Jazakumullah for your help. Okay, let me choose another student. Let's try a Nasirat this time. N1282. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum salam. Is that N1282?
Yes.
Okay, great. So we will carry on. Let's try from here. So I want you to try and do this by yourself. If you know, I'll help you out. Okay. Okay, I can see you're trying to produce the nasal sound, which is excellent because you have a nun sakin and then a ya mushaddad. Yes. So when you're joining these together, you have to produce a 2-second nasal sound. And then you have a vaw madda over here. Yeah. That's why you stretch the sound of you for 2 seconds over here. Ayu.
Anu.
Okay, we're not producing a noon sound, we're producing a nasal sound. Okay, noon sound would be like anu. Okay, that would be a noon sound. But we're not producing a noon sound, we're just producing a nasal sound, which means we're just making a sound from our nose. You.
You.
Perfect. Perfect. That was really good. Okay. And then qia.
Kia.
Well done. You qia.
Kia.
Excellent. Well done. Really nicely read, mashallah. Okay. Let's move on to the next one. Over here, again, you have a noon sakin and then a ya mushaddad. And the rule says that when ya mushaddad appears after a noon sakin, you have to produce a 2-second nasal sound. Okay? Laya.
Laya.
Excellent. And then you have a jeen with a sukoon. So you have to join the ya sound onto the jeen. Layaj.
Layaj.
Alallahu.
Alallahu.
Excellent. So, lan yaj'alallahu
Layaj'ala. Alallahu.
Excellent. So these two letters after the lam, they're both silent letters, okay? So you don't produce a sound for them. So you straight away join the lam onto this lam. Lallahu.
Lallahu.
Perfect. Excellent. Really nicely read, okay? Jazakumullah for your help.
Jazakallah.
Let me move on to another student. Let's try a Tifl this time. A1230. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
Is that A1230?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So we'll move on to the next example, which is this one over here. So can you start reading and I'll help you out where you need it, okay?
Okay. Sakanu.
Perfect. Excellent. Really, really nicely read. You did that perfectly, okay? So over here, you have a noon with a tanween on it, followed by a waw mushaddad, which means that when you join the noon onto the waw, you do so with a 2-second nasal sound in between. No.
No.
Excellent. Sakanaw.
Sakanu.
Perfect. Excellent. Really good, mashallah. Okay. This next example, you have a noon sakin followed by a ya mushaddad. Again, you would produce a nasal sound whilst you join the meme onto the ya. Maya.
Maya.
Excellent. And then carry on.
Maya khafuhu.
Excellent. Well done. Really nicely read. Okay. So the main bit to focus on for today's lesson is this first 3 letters that we're focusing on. You had a noon sakin, a meme, then a noon sakin, and then a ya mushaddad. So when you're joining the meme to the ya, you produce a 2-second nasal sound for this noon in the middle. Okay. Well done. Excellent. Really nice to read. Jazakumullah for your help. Let's move on to another student. Let's try a Nasirat this time. N1272. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamualaikum.
Is that N1272?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So we'll move on to the next example, which is this one over here. So start reading and I'll help you where you need it.
Azawamin.
Okay, first of all, nice, good attempt, but over here in front of the zal, you have an alif madda. So, aza.
Aza.
Okay, so 2 seconds stretch of the za because of the alif madda. Okay. Then you have a ba with a tanween on it, followed by a meme mushaddad. When you join the ba to the meme mushaddad, you do so holding that meme sound in your nose for 2 seconds. Bummy.
Bummi.
And then join the noon on it. Bummin.
Bummin.
Azabummin.
Azabummin.
Well done. Really good. Okay. So look at the rule and then look at what letters are and try and join them as they should be joined, okay? Let's move on to the next one. Start from here, please.
Mailatan wahidatan.
Perfect. Excellent. Really nicely read, okay? So this is a yaleen. So maila, and then over here you have ta with a tanween on it, followed by a waw mushaddad. So what you do over here is you produce a 2-second nasal sound whilst you join the ta to the waw, and you only use one stroke of the tanween. So you are left with just a ta with a fatha. Tawa
Tawa
hidatan.
hidatan.
Well done. So all together now, can you read it?
Mailatan wahidatan.
Excellent. Well done. Really nice read. Just remember this alif madda over here. I know you were trying to read it all in one go, which might be a bit difficult, but you did really well. Just remember this alif madda. So stretch the sound out of wa for 2 seconds over here. Okay? Other than that, you did really well, okay? Jazakumullah. Allah Hafiz. Okay. Let's move on to another student. Let's try Nasirat. N1274.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum Islam. Is that N1274?
Yes.
Okay. So we'll move on to the next example, which is this one over here. So read, and then I will help you out where you have it.
La. La'i.
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 Okay. This ayn only has a kasra underneath it, and kasra should only be pronounced for 1 second. So la'i.
La'i.
Then
Bua.
well done. But just try and produce that a nasal sound, okay? Boom.
Bua.
Perfect. Then
La. La.
yeah.
Wun.
Perfect. Excellent. Really, really good, mashallah, okay? La'i.
La'i.
Boom.
Bua.
Lahwun.
Lahun.
Excellent. Well done. You read that really nicely, okay? And over here, you had a ba with a tanween on it, followed by a waw mushaddad. So what you did was you got rid of one of the waw, the dhamma. So you got rid of one of the strokes, and then you produce a nasal sound in the middle whilst joining the two letters together. Boom.
Bua.
Excellent.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
You know the top line?
Yeah.
Underneath it, there's some green writing.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
This green light writing, you mean?
Yes.
Okay, so what this is basically telling you is it's writing the way you should say it. Okay, so this is how it's written, but if I was to pronounce it, this is how I would pronounce it. Okay, so this is an aid to help you to pronounce these words correctly. Okay, so this is the way it's written, but this is the way it should be pronounced. That's what it's telling you.
Okay.
So we're just concentrating on the ones over here, okay? So we're not focusing on the ones in the green. But if you need help, then you can always have a look at this first line and then this green bits underneath to help you understand how to read it.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll move on and we'll do this example now. So please start from here.
Buru. Buru.
And then join this to this.
Jimu. Jimu.
Perfect. But don't stretch the sound out of mu for too long. Just 1 second, okay? Jimu.
Jimu.
Excellent. Carry on.
Shaya.
Yeah.
What is this one? No, it's the second one after it. Datin.
Excellent. Well done. So this is the letter dal with a fatha, da, and then ta with a kasra, with a tanween underneath it. So tin. Okay. So let's try one more time all together. Buru,
Buru.
jimmu,
Jimmu.
shayya,
Shaya.
datin.
Datin.
Excellent. Well done. Really nicely read. Okay, so you read both those examples really well. Jazakumullah for your help.
Jazakallah.
Jazakumullah. So let's move on to another student. Let's try Atfal this time. Let's try A1241. Assalamu alaikum. A1241. A1241. I'm unable to unmute you. So we'll move on to another student. Assalamu alaikum. Who is that? Is that A1241?
Yes, A1241.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, so I thought I was unable to unmute you. Okay, so A1241 will be listening to you now. So we'll start with an example from here. So let's do this example now. So can you try and read this, please?
Mawara.
Okay, over here, good attempt. But over here you have a meme with a kasra followed by a noon sakin and then a waw mushaddad. So when you're joining the meme to the waw, you produce a 2-second nasal sound in between. Okay, mewa,
Mewa.
ra,
Ra.
qa,
Ka.
tin,
In.
mewa,
Mewa.
raqatin.
Tin.
Well done. Excellent. Really nicely read. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Over here, the reason, do you understand why we produce the nasal sound?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, can you read this for me?
Famus. Famus.
Farmers.
Famus.
Okay, so over here, instead of saying moose, you're straight away joining the meme to the scene. Moose. Yeah, go on. Farmers.
Famus.
Perfect. Next.
Ta.
Yeah. This is a bit more difficult. I'll help you out. Okay, just repeat after me.
Tawa.
Okay. Karunwa.
Karua.
Perfect. Now I'll tell you why we made that sound, okay? You have a qaf over here, followed by a ra with a tanween on it. Yes, this is a tanween on top of the ra. Then you have a waw mushaddad. So first of all, you need to join the qaf to the ra, then the ra to the waw. Whilst you're joining the ra to the waw, you have to do so with a 2-second nasal sound in between because the ra has a tanween and then there's a waw mushaddad. Okay, so karunwa.
Karua.
Well done, excellent. Okay, so this is a bit more difficult because there's 3 letters that you have to join together, and you also have to keep in mind the idgham rule. Okay, so qaf you join to the ra, then you get rid of one of these tanweens, so you get rid of this one dhamma, and then you join the ra to the waw with the 2-second nasal sound in between. Okay, famusta.
Famusta.
Karunwa.
Karua. Famusta. Karua.
Karunwa.
Karawa.
Well done. Excellent. Really, really nicely read, okay? So you've done this example and this example, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. So you've done two examples, okay? Just keep revising this exercise and inshallah you'll get better and better. Okay? Jazakumullah for your help. Jazakumullah. Let's try another student. Let's try Nasirat this time. Let's try N12. N1. Okay, N1302. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. Is that N1302?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So we will carry on with the exercise and we will do this example. Okay? So I want you to repeat after me. Rat,
Rat.
binwa,
Biwa.
binwa,
Biwa.
la,
La.
rat, binwa, la.
Rat. Biwa. La.
Perfect, excellent. So in this example, you have a ba with a tanween underneath it, followed by a vaw mushaddad. Yes, and we learned that when that happens, there is a 2-second nasal sound that is produced. Okay,
Okay.
let's move on to the next one. Shia,
Shia.
awa.
Awa.
Remember, produce a nasal sound when you join these together.
Okay.
Awa.
Awa.
Much better, okay? Previously, you were saying awa. That's wrong, okay? You have to produce slight nasal sound in your nose. Awa.
Awa.
Much better, okay? Shia, awa.
Shia. Awa.
Excellent. Well done. Really nice to read, okay? Do you have another student with you?
Yes.
What's her ID?
N1278.
N1278. Okay, so we'll listen to her as well now.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. Okay, we'll move on to the next example now. Let's read from here. Naba,
Naba.
immus,
Imus.
taqarrun.
Taqarrun.
Well done. Excellent. Okay, so just looking at this bit, you have an alif with a tanween underneath it, followed by a meme mushaddad. So when you join these two together, just hold that meme sound in your nose for 2 seconds, okay? Naba immus
Naba. Imus.
taqarrun.
Taqarrun.
Okay, when you join the qaf to the ra, do so with force because the ra is a ra mushaddad. Qarrun.
Qarrun.
Perfect. Excellent. Much, much better. Okay, well done. Move on to the next one now. Can you read from here?
Mawad. Mawad.
Yeah. Ma. And then join the waw to the dal.
Mawaddah.
Excellent. And then over here.
Ya.
Yes, but you have to join the tha to the ya. And you have to do so with a 2-second nasal sound in between because the ta has a tanween on it.
Toi. Toi. Ya.
Perfect. Excellent. Really nicely read. Okay. Tuya.
Toi. Ya.
Excellent. Carry on.
Laitani.
Excellent. Really nicely read. Okay, so you read that all really nicely. Just got a bit stuck over here. But you must remember the rule that we're learning today, which is the rule of idgham, where a 2-second nasal sound is produced. Okay, so you have a letter with a tanween on it, followed by a ya mushaddad. So what you do is you get rid of one of the tanweens. So you get rid of one of the dhamma. So you're left with only one dhamma on there. And when you join the ta to the ya, you have to produce a nasal sound of 2 seconds in between. Toya,
Toya.
mawadda,
Mawadda.
toya,
Toya.
laytani.
Laytani.
Excellent. Well done. Really nicely read, okay? So both students, mashallah, you read really well. Jazakumullah for your help.
Jazakallah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz. Jazakumullah. Okay. So let's move on to another student. Let's move on to a Tifl this time. A1193. Let's try and unmute you. Just 1 second. Is that Assalamu alaikum? A1193?
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. Is that A1193?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. So we will do some more examples. We're going to start from here. So can you start reading from here, please?
Daniyatu.
Excellent, well done. But when you're joining these two letters together, you have to produce a 2-second nasal sound, okay? Towa.
Tuwa.
Perfect, okay? So just try and hold that nasal sound in for your nose for 2 seconds when you say it, okay? But other than that, you did really well. So why do we produce a nasal sound? Can you remember? Let's go back to our rules. Can you remember why the nasal sound is produced?
If ya or wow.
Yeah. Mushaddad.
Mushaddad appears after Noon Sakin or Tanween. In the rhyme will take place with a 2-second nasal sound.
Excellent. And in this case, you had a tanween. So the ta had a tanween followed by a waw mushaddad. So this applies to the rule that we're just learning today. That's why you produce a 2-second nasal sound. Excellent. Let's move on to the next example. Can you start from here?
Shaitan marida.
Okay, done, yes. The dal has a tanween on it, so done.
Done.
Well done. And this one you did really well. When you're joining this and this together, you must hold the meme sound in your nose for 2 seconds whilst you're doing it. Namma.
Namma.
Shaytanamma.
Shaitanamma.
Redan.
Redan.
Well done. Excellent. Really nicely read. A1193. Jazakumullah for your help.
Jazakumullah.
Okay, let's move on to another student. Let's try Nasirat. N1293.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. Is that N1293?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. And just keep your name off. Okay, so we're doing one more example with you, and we'll do another one as well, actually. Okay, so let's start from here. Can you try and read this by yourself?
Shay'in.
Excellent. Well done. Really nicely read. Okay, so over here you have a hamza with a tanween underneath it, followed by a waw mushaddad. That's why when you join these two together, one of the tanween is taken off, and then a 2-second nasal sound is put in between the hamza and the waw. Inwa.
Inwa.
Shay'inwa.
Shay'in.
Excellent. Really nicely read. Okay, let's try another one. Let's do this first example again. Okay, so can you start from here?
Mu'mina. Mu'mina. Wadiyatun.
Okay, good attempt. Really nicely read, but there were some places where you stretched some letters that didn't need to be stretched. Okay, so try that again. But any letter with a fatha, kasra, or dhamma on it only stretch for 1 second, no longer than that. Okay, So the first bit, great, mu. Then start over here.
Ni na diwa diyatun.
Well done, much better. Okay, so previously when you did it wrong, you said Nina, and Noon only has a fatha. So 1 second, Nina. Same for over here, Diya. 1 second each, Diya. Tun. And then over here, you have a ta with a tanween underneath it, followed by a waw mushaddad. So when you say it, 2 second nasal sound, okay? Diwa.
Diwa.
Excellent. Just like you produce a beautiful nasal sound over here in the ewa, you do the same for ewa. Can you?
Diwa.
Perfect. Excellent. Really nicely read. Okay. Jazakumullah for your help. You read really nice. Okay. So let's move on to one more student. Let's try Tifl this time. Let's do A1202. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Have we heard from you before?
No.
Okay, A1202. Okay, so let's do 2 examples with you. Let's try this one with you. Can you try this, please?
May yakhafuhu.
Excellent. Well done. Really nicely read. Okay. Maya.
Maya.
Yes. Because you have a noon sakin followed by a ya mushaddad, when you're joining the meme to the ya, you have a 2 second nasal sound in between. Maya khafuhu.
May yakhafuhu.
Perfect. Excellent. Really nicely read. Okay, mashallah. Let's do this example with you as well now.
Adabam min.
Well done. We're nearly there, but you forgot about this alif madda over here. This is an alif madda, which means you have to stretch the sound of the letter before it, which is dal. So, adha.
Adabam min.
Perfect. Excellent. And you held the sound of neem in your nose for 2 seconds, which was really good. Okay? Well done. Excellent. Really nicely read. Okay? Jazakumullah for your help. So, mashallah, everybody has done really well today. I understand that this was a bit more of a challenging lesson today, and everybody, I can tell, was trying to understand the rules, and I was really glad to hear that. Okay, but it is very important that after today's lesson you go back and revise this. Okay, so especially to if parents, which they should be, if you're sitting with your child, please make sure that you do go back and revise this lesson in particular with your child, because it is more challenging. So it's very important that they do revise it. Otherwise, they will forget it, and it's very easy to forget if you're not practicing this on a daily basis. So very important that this exercise in particular, as well as other exercises that we've done before, are practiced daily. So to help you, we've written down your homework on this sheet. So can everybody please note down this homework? Your homework is to practice exercise 20.3. So that's the exercise that we just done today, exercise 20.3, which was on Idgham Naqis, and page 58 to 59 of your books if you have that. Okay, and to help you, we've just condensed down the rules and written them out like this. So if you want, you can take a picture of this if you would like, or just write this down quickly to help you, because it just tells you about Idgham Kamil and Idgham Naqis in a condensed sort of way. Okay, so your homework is to practice exercise 20.3. And remember that 2 second nasal sound that has to be produced in exercise 20.3. So that's your homework. I hope you've all written it down. I will choose one more student. N1282, Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum salam. I'm going to ask you to read this dua with me. Please repeat after me. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
اللهم ارحمني
اللهم ارحمني
بالقرآن العظيم.
بالقرآن العظيم.
Excellent. And the translation?
O Allah, have mercy on me through the great Quran.
Okay, excellent. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So Jazakumullah everybody for joining us in today's class. Hope you all do your homework as well, inshallah. And inshallah see you all again tomorrow, same time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.